I Survived My Summer Vacation by Joe Rover. Episode 1 Rise of the Deepfakes. Reporters from around the globe gathered around the stage. The large, mostly undecorated room buzzed with the chatter of the reporters. Each had their own theory on why this press conference was called. Ideas ranged from crime updates to declarations of war to the purchase of a new coffee machine. The only decorated area of the increasingly hot room was the stage. The stage looked like they'd spent all their money on the presentation and were left with nothing for the room. The stage was sturdy and made of fine wood. The stage was cleared of sneaker marks on a regular basis so that it always looked new. The curtains, both foreground and background, were a mid-dark red that made them look serious and light-hearted. The curtains were cleaned and checked for holes regularly. The podium was elegant with eye-catching wood swirls and a shine that could almost make you blind. 4 chairs that looked more like thrones sat in a line behind the podium. Displayed on the back curtains via a hologram projector was notices that anyone with the right amount of cash could advertise on the curtains. The open 4 curtains displayed the Department of Defense logo. The crowd of reporters grew silent as a foreboding man in a pressed uniform approached the chairs. He was soon joined by 3 others, all in pressed uniforms and carrying the expression of leadership. They took their seats. A moment later, a man in his late 20s, wearing a professional suit and tie, and trying to look more civilian than the others, arrived. His polished shoes squeaked in the silence. "Ladies and gentlemen of the press," he said with no feedback from the microphone, "we have called this press conference to unveil the next step in exploration." The stage rumbled. Dramatic steam appeared from the stage floor and cinematic music played. The reporters gasped as 3 robots appeared from the depths of the understage. The robots looked almost like test dummies, simple yet tough. They were lean and flexible, but could pick up a car like it was a paperback book. The first robot looked like a police officer. It had a blue and black paint job. A blaster and stun baton were holstered in a simple belt. It wore a police officer's cap, and an engraved badge was on its chest. The second was an upgraded version of the first. It was all black. It wore a durable but lightweight armor over the already durable alloy frame that it shared with the police officer robot. A face shield connected to a helmet that covered its face. It also came equipped with a blaster and baton, but it also had a disc-like device on its left that produced a force field shield. Written in white boxy lettering on the helmet and on the robot's back was SWAT. The last was painted in camel colors. Like the SWAT robot, it came with a face shield, helmet, and body armor. However, the armor was more advanced and the robot's body was bulkier. It still retained a somewhat agile look, but you could tell it was built for war. 2 dark makeup lines were below the robot's eyes. A blaster rifle, similar to an AK-47 in appearance, was hooked to its back. On each wrist was a device that could activate energy blades. Over the armor was a flak jacket that contained gravity grenades, medbots, and recharge packs. Once the dramatics were done, the presenter continued. "As you know, the Mel's already come in models like police officer, SWAT, or riot bot, and soldier or commando. He paused for a dramatic effect. But now we have the last Mel robot rose onto the stage. The presenter made a dramatic introduction gesture with his hands and arms. The Meta Scout. The reporters went silent. It was not a stillness of awe, but of worry. The Meta Scout looked the most unimpressive. It came with no paint, leaving it a silver metal look. It didn't have armor or weapons. Now, said the speaker, we know we've had some trouble with the Meta Scouts in the past. Yeah, someone shouted, like them trying to enslave us. That is why these will be piloted not by programs or artificial intelligence, but by people. The man turned to the robot. Activate scan 125. The robot's chest opened with a metallic clicking noise. A yellow sphere rested where its heart would be if it were human. A yellow light came from the sphere and scanned the presenter. The scan ended, the chest closed, the robot transformed into an exact copy of the presenter. The crowd of journalists gasped. The host stepped back. The robot stepped up to the podium. In an exact duplicate of the announcer's voice, it said, the new Metascouts can perfectly copy anyone by downloading the biometrics of a person. They will sound, act, and feel like the target. Nothing can detect its true form. Any scan, scientific or supernatural, will show the robot as that person. That's not making me feel better about the whole robot overlords thing, shouted the reporter from before. The other reporters made weak, nervous laughter noises. The robot continued as the speaker. This model will be used to explore the final frontier, the multiverse. With the strength, speed, and durability of a robot and the intelligence and emotions of a human, the new Metascouts will be able to handle any problem the multiverse can throw at it. How so? Asked a reporter. Along with a stronger than normal body frame, the Metascout 2.0 comes with added weaponry. The bot stepped back from the podium. Its leg opened to reveal a blaster. It removed the blaster. A second later, it transformed into a sword hilt. Along with a blaster, the Omnivice can become an energy whip and sword. A thin, flexible beam of energy came from the device. The robot snapped it over its head like a whip. The reporters gasped, and a mixture of surprise and excitement. The energy strand retracted into the device. The robot returned it to the hidden compartment in its leg. The bot returned to the podium. The Metascout is also equipped with other top secret features, but as you can see, the Metascout can mimic the target perfectly while also retaining its identity as a robot. The robot looked over the audience. Their faces ranged from amazement to total fear. The robot put on the best smile the copied face could muster. Any more questions? The next few weeks became a buzz of events. In a stunning turn of events, Dogboy defeated Professor Ryan at City Central. Ryan tried to steal all the creativity in the world so that Megaton University could see an increase in student enrollment, said the reporter. From the Journal of Kevin O'Reilly, I was shocked that BLT chose me to direct and star in the upcoming Dogboy Chronicles series on Hotflix. I do have years of experience thanks to my Mega Goat series on my video. The surprises kept coming when I learned that my friends would be playing the parts of Joe/Dogboys Friends and villains. When I first met Joe, everyone talked about how similar he and I were. I didn't see it, but the more time I spent with him, the more I could see it. At first, he and I thought our similarities were because we were counterparts, parallel versions of the same person. It really was because Joe had drank some mega goat creativity from a pond of unused potential. I didn't understand it at first, but Joe explained that the pond was full of untold stories. Joe drank the energy from the mega goat stories that I never completed or gave up on. It was the same pond that Professor Ryan drained in order to create a creative surge that would save Megaton University. He believed the surge would make people sign up for classes on how to be filmmakers, artists, chefs, influencers, and so on. While Joe and I are not the same person, I think, we still are similar in many ways. We do have similar interests and personalities. Also, my friends seem similar to Joe's friends. Maybe that is why BLT chose me. After weeks of heroes, villains, and trans beings disappearing, the International League of Super Trans Beings uncovered a plot to transfer the abducted people into the new and improved Mega Scouts, said the reporter. According to government officials, the Meta Scouts were created to explore the multiverse. They needed the intelligence of the abducted so that the Scouts could operate independently. Mission report: The Heartless. Removing the intelligence/soul of the abducted trans beings created the Heartless, zombie-like beings with extreme aggressiveness and a dark cunning. The Heartless retained their original powers, making them formidable. They could be identified by the large see-through gap in their chest. Fortunately, returning their souls cured them. All affected missing have been returned to normal. Recommended action: further investigation into the Meta Scouts 2.0. Mission report: Meta Scouts 2.0. Government officials claim the upgraded Meta Scouts would be used for exploration. In truth, they were scouting out a new world for us to evacuate to. According to officials, some great danger is on the horizon. They claim it is more dangerous and earth-shaking than the existence of aliens, trans beings, time travel, parallel worlds, or the existential crisis of knowing cosmic entities like the nothing exist. It is more fearsome than alien invasions or the Time War. However, the government still refuses to tell us what this threat is. Transmission interrupted. We have successfully infiltrated the I Lost Clubhouse and Blue Light Technologies Tower, beginning fake news campaign. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button and turn on notifications so you'll be notified of the next release. And look for more Dogboy Chronicles adventures on Amazon. The link to new and old stories is in the description. Until the next wormhole, thanks for watching.